Time series versus causal models. Which forecasting method works best for businesses? Well, businesses don't have a crystal ball, but they do have data, and forecasting helps them use it to predict what's coming next. When it comes to forecasting, two of the most common methods are the time series forecasting and causal models. But what's the difference, and which one is better for business decisions? Let's break it down. What is time series forecasting? Time series forecasting is all about patterns. It assumes that past trends will continue into the future. This method analyzes historical data to identify cycles, seasonal trends, and long-term movements. Characteristics of time series forecasting is that it's based on historical data. It looks at past sales, revenue, or customer behavior to predict future trends. It uses patterns and trends, assumes that demand follows a recognizable pattern over time. It's best for short to medium term forecasts. It's useful when external factors don't drastically change. An example of this might be a retail store that looks at past sales data to predict next month's demand for holiday decorations. If sales peaked in December last year, they expect the same pattern this year. The psychological effect and the illusion of stability. People tend to believe that past trends will always continue. However, unexpected disruptions, like a new competitor entering the market, can throw off these time series predictions. The key lesson here is that time series forecasting is great when conditions are stable, but businesses should always leave room for the unexpected changes. What is causal forecasting? Causal forecasting goes deeper. It looks at the relationship between different factors to explain why trends happen. Instead of just assuming past patterns will repeat, it considers external influences like price changes, economic conditions, or marketing efforts. Characteristics of causal forecasting is that it focuses on cause and effect. It studies how one factor influences another, e.g., how advertising affects sales. It uses multiple data sources, incorporates economic trends, competitor actions, and customer behavior. This is best for long-term and complex forecasting because it helps businesses understand the why behind trends. For example, a car manufacturer analyzes how rising gas prices impact the demand for electric vehicles. If gas prices increase, they expect more people to switch to EVs, so they adjust production accordingly. The psychological effect, correlation versus causation. Just because two things happen together doesn't mean one caused the other. A company might notice that ice cream sales and crime rates both increased in the summer, but that doesn't mean eating ice cream leads to crime. The key lesson here is that causal models help businesses understand the reasons behind trends, but that they must carefully separate the real cause and effect relationship from coincidence. The chart below shows key differences between time series and causal models. So which method should businesses use? Well, it simply depends on the situation. Use time series forecasting when the business operates in a stable market with clear seasonal patterns. Past data provides reliable insights into future demand. Short-term predictions are needed. Use causal forecasting when the business is affected by external factors like prices, government policies, or competitor actions. If you need a deeper understanding of why trends happen is needed, and if the company is making long-term strategic decisions. For example, a hotel chain might use time series forecasting to predict seasonal occupancy rates based on past years. But if they want to understand how airline prices affect bookings, they'll use a causal model. Discussion and learning questions next.